A good night for the president. Everything he touched was a loser. Trump hasn't been this embarrassed since he found out there was a Donald Trump Jr.
I mean, literally, the moment I walked out, I just said to myself, eyebrow up. I tried to stick my face out, my mouth out. I was in the makeup room. They're putting my wig on, and it was like a scene from like a mental hospital. I'm getting the wig on me, and I'm sitting there the whole time going, China, China.
Brace yourself, because this whole thing turns into pure chaos fast. Jimmy Kimmel and Alec Baldwin somehow end up firing off these wild, unplanned comedic shots at Trump completely independent of each other, but landing at the exact same time. It's like the universe shipped Trump a double disaster he definitely didn't order, stamped return to sender, and dropped it right at his doorstep. So what went down? And why is everyone still laughing? Stay with me, because this whole comedy collision is honestly too good to miss.
All this going on, he posted up a storm on Truth Social this week, and he covered a range of topics from Biden and his auto pen to photos of his new ballroom. He bragged about getting the key to...
I asked President Xi if they had a problem in China, but he said, no, me no like does better with the voice, I think I must say.
China, president of...
Jimmy Kimmel was having one of those nights where he wasn't planning on breaking the internet, but the universe kind of nudged him like, go on, you know you want to. And suddenly he's out there tossing comedic fireworks straight into Trump's orbit like someone casually flicking popcorn at a movie screen.
Tired of all the losing. Fear not, he's got an excuse. In fact, he's got two of them. He wrote, Trump wasn't on the ballot and shutdown were the two reasons that Republicans lost elections tonight. Now, if Republicans had won and he wasn't on the ballot, would he take credit for that? Oh, yes, he definitely would, but he lost. And then he posted this. He posted, and so it begins, which was either a response to Mamdani winning the mayoral race or he just sat down on the toilet.
Jimmy Kimmel was having one of those nights where he wasn't planning on breaking the internet, but the universe kind of nudged him like, go on, you know you want to. And suddenly he's out there tossing comedic fireworks straight into Trump's orbit like someone casually flicking popcorn at a movie screen.
My wife will tell you, I never imitated him or had anything to do with it. Lauren called me and said, you want to do this? And I go, no, I don't want to be Trump on TV. And because anytime you have any kind of mimicry, it's usually somebody that you appreciate. You have some appreciation.
Right.
So they said to me, Trump, and I didn't hate Trump. I just said, I don't want to do that. And Tina and Lauren kind of pushed me, and I do it. And you've seen SNL. And the moment the stage manager takes me to my mark for the first dress rehearsal at 8 o'clock,
If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Because right when the dust from Kimmel's chaos is still hanging in the air, Alec Baldwin suddenly jumps out of the metaphorical bushes like he's been waiting for this moment his whole life. He doesn't enter quietly. He shows up with the dramatic energy of someone who heard a challenge from 3 cities away and refused to stay home.
On day 41 of the Trump government shutdown, Democrats refused to sign on to a bill that would force millions of Americans off their health care and make it much more expensive for those who can't afford health care. So Democrats drew a line in the sand. They said, we are not going over this. And today, after 41 days, they pulled out a shovel and a bucket and they ate all that sand and got nothing for it. Isn't that great? You know what they got? They got a promise from Republicans in the Senate to hold a vote on health care.
And just like that, Trump isn't facing one comedic disaster. He's facing 2 full-blown hurricanes heading straight for him. Not planned, not coordinated, just pure cosmic coincidence, because the comedy gods woke up feeling spicy. Trump has never exactly enjoyed being roasted by either of them. And if sarcasm were a sport, he'd be in the corner demanding a refund from the referees. But that doesn't stop the chaos. Kimmel drops punchlines like he's trying to break a world record while acting like it's no big deal. And Baldwin comes in from a totally different angle with this confident, almost theatrical energy. He walks through Trump's latest antics like he's narrating a nature documentary about a confused woodland creature that wandered too close to town.
Holocaust Remembrance Day, and as you know, 6 million people were at my inauguration. I mean, there were just so many people at my inauguration, but the media refuses to cover it. It's so unfair. And one day I'm going to write a memoir about this struggle and call it Martha, This Black Man is Attacking Me. Also, speaking of black men, you know who else should be in jail? Hillary Clinton. She's committed so many crimes. She's basically a black.
Kimmel dives into Trump's usual political gymnastics, the kind where facts don't matter as long as a camera's rolling, and it turns them into jokes sharp enough to make even the calmest viewer think, okay, that was personal. And honestly, it's great. He has this talent for taking something Trump said and twisting it into something so absurdly funny, you start to wonder if reality has been written by a fired sitcom writer. Meanwhile, miles away, Baldwin is brewing his own storm, because at this point, it's basically in his DNA. He can insult you and feed your ego at the same time, and he does it effortlessly. He breaks down Trump's wild decisions and turns them into full-blown performance art without needing a single prop.
Gavin Newsom has been working hard to beat Trump at his own game. He's been posting these funny things like this, showing Trump as a baby, and it does seem to be getting under the president's skin.
He doesn't have what it takes, I tell you that. Slimy guy. He's a slimy one. Maybe that should be his nickname. Slimy Newscomb, right?
Oh man, he can't even come up with a decent nickname anymore.
He just leans into the chaos and shapes it into something so big and ridiculous, you start thinking Trump might have written the script himself, but forgot other people could read it. And honestly, Trump's latest headlines practically write the jokes for them. The man wakes up and hands late-night writers a free buffet. Some politicians give speeches. Trump delivers entire season plot twists, and nothing makes Kimmel happier. Baldwin thrives on it too, taking Trump's latest meltdown and turning it into a fully illustrated comedic showcase. One moment, Trump is denying something he literally said on camera, and Kimmel jumps on it like a cat chasing a laser. Baldwin, meanwhile, reacts with that dramatic flair that makes it feel like a Shakespearean king just found out the peasants revolted again.
Playing Trump on Saturday Night Live, we've all loved it. It's fantastic. It is fantastic. And you won an Emmy, well-deserved Emmy for it. But in some article, I think it was with Vanity Fair, maybe you said, like, it's like agony.
It's not like agony, it is agony.
Yeah.
But you do that, like, everybody knows, my friends know, not everybody knows, that, he came to me, Lauren, and said, do the Trump thing, and we thought we're going to do it for 3 shows in the fall.
Sure.
There was no way he was going to.
Trump says something completely off the wall, and Baldwin responds like he's starring in a royal tragedy. Dramatic, chaotic, peak Baldwin. Together, but not actually together, they create this perfect comedic yin and yang. One brings relentless commentary, the other brings theatrical meltdown energy, and Trump never even had a chance. Then Kimmel drops another segment breaking down whatever Trump attempted this week. Half the audience can't even tell anymore. The line between strategy and improv is so blurred, even GPS couldn't navigate it. Meanwhile, Baldwin comes in with commentary that sounds like he paused Trump's latest appearance halfway through and said, "Nope, absolutely not," before launching into a full comedic protest.
About the price of beef, he plugged his son Eric's book, he bashed Nancy Pelosi, he complained about voter ID, and we learned he's trying to get the NFL to name a stadium after him. Trump reportedly wants the Washington Commanders to give him naming rights to their new stadium. Why would anyone ever want to name anything after Don? I mean, look at Don Jr. It's not exactly a winning strategy.
He mimics Trump's body language in the most exaggerated way possible. Arms swinging, eyebrows jumping, expressions bouncing around like someone trying to handle 10 emotions at once and failing all 10. And then comes the part that drains whatever patience Trump had left. Kimmel and Baldwin accidentally strike in the same week. 2 comedic universes collide, and Trump becomes the unwilling center of gravity. Kimmel's jokes feel like paper cuts, tiny, constant, sharp. Baldwin feels like getting hit by a velvet pillow at high speed, soft, but somehow still painful. Every time Trump does something off-brand for a politician, but totally on-brand for himself, Kimmel turns it into a layered punchline. Baldwin turns it into theater.
I've turned over all my businesses to my 2 sons, Beavis and Butthead. They're here today. Can we get a shot of them? Shot of them? Look at those two little Americans. Martha, she is trying to silence these women, but they need to be respected. They need their voices heard.
What about all the women accusing you of sexual assault?
They need to shut up. Every day I turn on the news, and all of the newscasters are making me look so bad.
And how are we doing that?
By taking all of the things I say and all of the things I do and putting them on TV.
Baldwin watches from afar and treats Trump's reactions with the kind of melodrama only he can pull off. Every comment becomes a dramatic monologue. Every gesture becomes a soap opera scene, and audiences devour it like they've been starving for months. Kimmel jumps in too, taking Trump's attempts at being relatable and turning them into full comedy case studies. Trump raises an eyebrow, Kimmel sees confusion, denial, or indigestion. He squints, Kimmel jokes he's trying to remember if he left the oven on. Baldwin, meanwhile, is basically the living version of What If, and Trump is his favorite genre of unintentional comedy.
Trump, who, one of the fun, underrated things about him is how little he knows about anything. Like, this is a guy who helped start the USFL. He owned a football team, and yet anyone who knows anything about football can immediately tell he knows nothing about football.
How many touchdowns did you have back then?
Oh,
6,
is that right?
7?
I'm not sure I had any. I'm not sure. I would have liked him as a quarterback.
You definitely would have had like 6, 7 touchdowns there.
He puts it in your hands.
Trump tries to sound confident, and Baldwin transforms it into a confused king giving orders to invisible soldiers. The audience loses it. Then Kimmel breaks down Trump's social media habits like a doctor explaining an X-ray gone wrong. The man posts at 3 a.m. and pretends it was strategic. And Kimmel treats those posts like ancient scrolls, mysterious, messy, and probably cursed. Baldwin takes that same idea and acts out Trump typing like someone fighting autocorrect and his own ego at the same time. Then Trump walks around trying to look in control, points dramatically at someone, and instantly both Kimmel and Baldwin smell opportunity.
Some of the biggest performers in the world lined up. Hold on to your tits and bits because we have got 3 doors down. Also, from America's Got Talent, we've got Jackie What's-Her-Face. And best of all, we've got the one Rockette with the least money in her savings. We've also got some huge A-list actors coming like Angelina Jolie, Ryan Gosling, and Jennifer Lawrence. They will all be at my inauguration.
Kimmel launches into a full segment dissecting Trump's attempt to reclaim dignity, turning every gesture into another layer of comedy. Baldwin goes full drama again, recreating Trump's confident, walk like a man, storming out of an argument he definitely didn't win. It's so exaggerated, you start wondering if Trump accidentally auditioned for Broadway without realizing it. And with both comedic storms hitting him from different sides, Trump ends the week just like he always does, loud, defiant, and giving everyone even more material. Kimmel gets another batch of viral clips, Baldwin gets another week of comedic fuel, and Trump pretends none of it happened. But the public saw it all, and they'll keep watching because every time Trump tries to make a point, Kimmel turns it into a full comedy breakdown.